What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and we're going to preview the LSU roster here with our updated rosters for the upcoming 2023 season on NCAA Football 14. And this team is absolutely loaded. Again, you can get our rosters, all of our updates. All you have to do is join our Patreon. And so let's get started here with these top players. Harold Perkins is the top-rated player on the game, 96. And then you've got Mekhi Wingo right behind him at 95. Malik Neighbors at 94. And also Jaden Daniels, a 94. Will Campbell, offensive line, 92. You got Mason Taylor, a 91 at tight end. Mason Smith, a 90. Coming back from that injury, we expect him to be really good this year. Omar Spates, transfer from Oregon State, he's a 90. And then you got Logan Diggs and Josh Williams, both up there, 89 and 88. So let's go position by position. And there's Daniels, and again, Nussmeier not too far behind him, 87. That's a pretty good rating for your backup quarterback. Also, they've got Ricky Collins, the freshman. But yeah, this might be the best quarterback duo, or whatever you want to call them, in the country with Daniels and Nussmeier. And it's nice to have a backup you can rely on, obviously. There's Diggs and Williams, Noah Kane in 87, John Emery in 87. I mean, look at that. That is, you got 4 running backs, 87 or above. Godwin is an 84. So yeah, this team is loaded, and especially in certain areas. Wide receiver position really solid as well with Neighbors, Brian Thomas in 87, Kyron Lacey in 85, Adam Anderson in 84. You got Chris Hilton in 83. Shelton Sampson, true freshman, is an 80. Jalen Brown, a true freshman, is an 80. And Ibidia is a 73. How about the tight ends? Again, Mason Taylor. You got Pimpton, Markway, and McGowan, so some unproven youngsters there. Actually, 3 freshmen behind Taylor here on the roster. The left tackle, again, there's Campbell. There's Lance Hurd, big-time recruit. He's an 82. And then you go to the left guard position. There's Dellinger an 82, Chester at 78, Charles Turner an 82, and Marlon Martinez an 80. And then at right guard, Miles Frazier an 81, and Mason Lunsford is 79. And then finally, Emory Jones, tackle at 87, and Tyree Adams is 76. So the offensive line is strong, but the strength of this LSU team is their depth at quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. I mean, they are absolutely loaded at those 3 positions, and pretty strong at tight end on the offensive line as well. But let's go to the defense now. We go to the defensive end position. Ogufo, and I'm sorry if I say some of these names wrong. I really got to get in there and practice. But he's an 87. Quincy Wiggins an 82. Deshaun Womack an 81. And Jackson Howard a 79. And then on the other side, Savion Jones an 82. Braden Swenson an 81. And Paris Shand an 80. Defensive tackle. This is, maybe the strength of this defense with Wingo and Mason Smith. Also, Jordan Jefferson can step in there and play for them big-time minutes. Guillory an 82. Jalen Lee is 77, and Tyge Hill is 75. So you're going to have a 4-2 defense. That means no left outside linebackers. The 2 linebackers that will start will be the middle linebackers and the right outside linebacker. There's Spates, West Weeks, and Whit Weeks. And then a right outside linebacker, again, Perkins. And you've got Greg Penn, probably going to be the linebacker that comes off the bench and plays a lot for them. And Brathwaite is 72. So depth at linebacker, maybe a bit of a concern, but their starters are going to be really, really good. Cornerback is also a concern. I think if you got any concerns for LSU, this is probably the position. You got Chestnut, the transfer, in 83. Zy Alexander, transfer, in 82. Denver Harris, who may or may not be getting into trouble with this team. I don't know what the deal is there. We'll see if he's on the roster week 1. But as of now, we've got him on there as an 81. J.K. Johnson is 78. Welch is 77. Hughes 73. Stamp 72. So not the greatest strength for this team at that cornerback position. But then at safety, you've got Major Burns, transfer Andre Sam, Kylan Jackson, a 76, and Jordan Allen, a 74. And then at strong safety, Greg Brooks and Toviano, who will be the starter in the 4-2 defense. So your second strong safety is a starter. So he will be the starter on there. Sage Ryan probably going to play a lot as well, and Yates is 75. Kicker is Ramos, he's a 79, and then the punter is Jay Bramlett, an 86. So again, this is a roster that is really loaded in certain areas. A cornerback position, maybe a little bit of a question mark. You worry about the depth at linebacker. Offensive line, maybe an issue, we'll see. But overall, LSU has I think, the pieces to make a run in the SEC and maybe even the college football playoff. But again, if you'd like to get this roster and all of our roster updates for 2023, just check out our Patreon.